So this video is in response to a great question I received from my good friend Noach Aaron, and he asked me basically why people see a contrast between science and religion, and why don't they see the strong correlation between the two. And I actually agree, the question actually has the answer within it. And at first glance, people see science and religion as very separate entities and things that contrast each other. But that's only because nowadays people don't really look into the Torah, so they don't look into all the details. They hear wondrous stories and they don't learn about the people in these stories, so they don't really understand the power of them. So now, if you learn Torah and you learn especially Rambam and Ramban, you're going to see, and Kabbalah as well, you're going to see, wow, there's a strong correlation between science and religion, and that these rabbis, they have found answers to questions long before science. With the technology, we have very modern technology now, and only now are we starting to find out things that the Kabbalah told us about outer space and all these things 2,000 years ago. So these tzaddikim, these holy people, were able to reveal secrets about how many stars there are. They said there is 1 billion squared stars, 1 billion times 1 billion stars. And nowadays NASA, only now are the scientists realizing that yes, this is true. NASA even confirms this number almost to the decimal, and as we know, the amount of stars changes. So when you look deeper, also Rav Mizrahi gives great examples of this, that the Torah makes so many claims about the amount of fish in the ocean that if they have fins, then they have to have scales, and obviously look up the exact definition of what the Torah predicts. But this is a well-known fact that the Torah made predictions about 8 million animals, and if they know that if they're to be proven wrong, then everyone would discredit the Torah. But till today, they can't disprove anything that the Torah said about the digestive systems and all these different things, facts about fish and animals. And so we see very great revelations of Hashem within these scientific discoveries done by the prophets. But basically, the whole thing is Hashem created science and created a world where it seems as if something is running on its own, to give us the real free will to choose to do right and do wrong. Because if it was so obvious that even a scientist will see, oh yeah, God's right here everywhere, if they were overwhelmed with godliness and the Shekhinah and in that state of mind, then there wouldn't really be free will. So we'd be in a state of obvious. So when you really look into science and Judaism and look into the details, you realize that that not only they're very similar, but they're one and the same. Science is a reflection of Hashem, and Torah is the even deeper dimension that's reflected. But the main thing is Hashem only reveals this to people who look into it. First glance, He wants people to have to search for it. He doesn't want it to be too obvious, because when something's searched for, it's so much more dear. So I hope this answered the question. And if you guys like this video, please like the video and subscribe so you can see all my videos. And please leave a suggestion in the comments. I always say this, but if you leave a question, I will make a video in response to your question. So may Hashem bless you in everything you do.